What's going on, guys? It's Common Investor here with another video, week 3 of the series, I guess. So today we got a couple of topics that we want to discuss. Um, I'll just start out running. Is biotech in a bubble? I think it is. I think it's way too overvalued. Some of these companies, most of the companies.
Well,
I think it's just a risky play.
when we say biotech, are we just talking about companies that are making like COVID related treatment dash vaccines,
So let's go to
or just all of biotech in general?
we can go to Gilead.
So like corona related biotech.
Related biotech. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think some of these companies are being overbought and overvalued, and there's like much better deals out there.
Like 1 month here we were at what were we at 72, we're at 82, and they don't have a drug yet. I just said they were.
I mean, they're in phase 3. It's gonna come out for sure.
It's based on whoever comes out first, I guess, but I think some of these are way too, like, Moderna, no chance that they should be running up this much. Like, come on.
What are they, a vaccine or?
I don't even know. Like,
Moderna's the vaccine and Gilead's the antiviral.
So yeah, Gilead's the treatment, right?
Yeah, so I mean, in the short term, Gilead might be. I mean, if they have effective treatment, you might get some short term like gains. But I mean, Moderna at 52, it's like 12 to 18 months before they even have a product on the market.
yeah,
Yeah, I could see them.
too early, I feel like.
Even if they get to that, they haven't even passed phase 1 trial.
Like, where do we, like, this 1 month chart is unreal. That's 100% return. 100% return in 1 month.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just looking to like kind of ride the wave up on some, I mean, it's too late now, but if you got in back then, and
Yeah, I would have sold. I would sell at 52.
yeah, I probably would sell it right here, even though, I mean, because I do think it's a bubble and it's gonna burst. It's gonna come back down.
If they don't come out with, I think it's going to come back down in the fall unless they get continually good news about their vaccine.
I get, because I think it's already like factored in pretty much, the vaccine. Like, people it's already kind of factored in.
Yeah, but if you watch any biotech, if you watch any biotech stocks, I mean, as soon as they get any sort of news, they pop up.
Yeah.
And then you'll see a lot of people selling news, and this is a lot of like small cap that I was following for quite some time. But with Gilead, I mean, you saw in 2012 they came out with Truvada, and it shot up, and it was slowly declining. And in 2018 they came out with Biktarvy, HIV drug, and it barely even responded to that. So it might mirror more of Truvada coming out, which was PrEP in 2012, where it shot up a little bit, shot up quite a bit actually. But I think it'll be a lot of short-term gains. I mean, think about it. If Gilead comes out, Gilead uses remdesivir for heart therapy, antiretroviral. Once a vaccine comes out, they no longer need it. So what's the play with Gilead?
Yeah.
they've got the same drugs that they've always had. You see short-term gains until the vaccine comes out, and then it's no longer used, right?
Yeah. I think the only reason you should really buy them
still though.
What'd you say?
Said it was designed for Ebola.
I think the only reason you should buy them is if you were looking at them before and you got in at like, the price point that it was before, and then I'd probably cash out right now.
The thing with biotech companies is that they continually have to make drugs.
Yeah, and it takes like five plus years to design and go through
a new drug that's revolutionary. They pop up in price, and then it comes back down to earth, and that's why they're so cyclic. Because they have so much competition, they have to bring their drug to market, and then they have to make a certain amount of sales before a generic drug gets on the market. And then by that time, the generic drug, they have to be onto the next thing. it's like a continuous cycle.
It's exactly like how Truvada, which is PrEP, now has a generic. So they came out with what is it called? Well, it's basically a new PrEP drug that has less side effects, less bone density issues when taking the drug. And what do you know? They came out with it right before a generic hit the market. So, I mean, it keeps their sales up.
They have to stave off competition from the generic. Because I mean, the generics are only allowed to exist if they're the same exact drug and the same exact form. So what these big companies will do is they'll make a new form of the drug and then sell that so they can keep it on the market for 5 years without competition again. It's like personally, I see biotech companies as short-term swing trades.
Yeah.
Or dividend long-term if you're into dividends.
I mean, this is just the biotech S&P biotech ETF 1 month chart. We're at 68. Now we're at 94. You're telling me the entire biotech market should have gone up that much? No chance. Not a chance.
I think
there was just a person on. It was the Robinhood CEO founder was just on Kramer, and he said that one of the top traded stocks was Inovio Pharmaceuticals, which you guys probably don't know, but my little day trading, swing trading self knows Inovio pretty well. One of the top traded stocks, and it's clearly a speculative play. I mean, the obvious plays if you want to play in this COVID-19 is, I mean, Gilead.
Is it up to $9 now?
Yeah, I mean, I was messing around with it at $7, so it's like, but I mean, obviously Gilead and Moderna, but I would wait for both of them to come down. I don't think Gilead's a good buy here for long-term investing at all. I think it's extremely
unless you're into the dividend.
I mean, you can't find it. It's okay. So when you look
3%,
at it, it's a 3% dividend, and it's not really a value stock because it's overvalued, and it's not really a growth stock. I mean,
it's been on the decline for the last 5 years.
It's been on the decline for the past 5 years. There's just so many better plays. I think a better play would be medical devices over biotech. Medical devices are getting slammed because elective surgeries are down. So I'm looking at InMode. I'm in InMode actually, which is basically
surgical,
non-invasive, less invasive elective surgery equipment. Also Stryker for hip and knee replacements, joint replacements, that type of stuff. I think that's a way better investment than biotech because biotech is just so cyclic and it takes so long to even get anything approved.
Yeah, I think
first you got to find it, and then they've got to get it approved. So
I'm pretty sure medical device companies are less regulated than pharmaceuticals anyway.
I think it's better to look at the stuff right now that was negatively impacted by COVID because it has more room for upswing rather than the stuff that's positive.
The only companies that I would say that, you know, that weren't very negatively affected by COVID that are worth going after are what they're now calling MAGA stocks, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Google. But I think if you're buying them now, you're chasing them. I would wait for them to go down a little bit. Definitely Amazon showed that it can grow in this. Microsoft showed that it's not very affected by this. But one stock that I'm really looking at right now.
I mean, everyone's gonna still need Microsoft Office software for their computers.
No, I mean that's not even their biggest sell, but
yeah, I think they make other stuff too.
The next point, the next
topic. That's their platform. That's what made them so big. Is that they but they're
growing. It's growth.
So they could sell it to anyone's hardware.
Yeah, but if they wanted to be any typical software company, they could be any typical software company. Their biggest sell right now is their Azure cloud that they're working on.
Microsoft's a great company.
But again, if you want to talk biotech, the best company to invest in based off of biotech right now is Disney.
I mean, honestly, this conversation is playing right into the next topic. Like, are risky plays or like your smaller cap worth buying right now? So pretty much, is growth or value stocks what's worth buying at this point right now? I don't think growth stocks are really worth buying at this point. There's no, like, we've had an unreal run up.
Oh, I gotta go. I got a phone call.
All right.
Jeez, that's annoying. Hang up from Zoom. What are you doing? Kick him out.
I can't.
Oh my God. All right.
Yeah, why didn't he mute that a long time ago? All right, on with the conversation.
But I think value plays are better buys than growth.
He's not even turning off Zoom. he's just moving from his bed.
All right.
God.
Like if you look at like Square or
Square's terrible to buy right now.
Yeah,
I would not buy Square right now.
went on an unreal run up. Like the whole market has just ran up. I feel like there's no reason for it to have this big of a run up so quickly.
Well, there's different speculative stocks. If you
that's what I mean. Like, are spec stocks worth buying more than value? I think value stocks are better to buy right now if you're looking to buy something than growth or like spec stocks. Like
here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at both. I'm looking at growth stocks that are currently appropriately valued. Right. If you look at Square, I mean, that can grow astronomically, but right now it's completely overvalued, and especially since their main business is with small to medium-sized businesses, which are being affected proportionally greater than large businesses. I mean, even if you look at small cap to mid cap, I think it's like mid cap is down 26%, and small cap businesses are down like 29%, just on as you're looking at stocks, whereas like the large caps are only down like in the teens, high teens. So that was a number that I saw today. So I mean, Square's going to be affected. I don't think it's something that you would buy right now at $60, but I'm looking at value stocks that are also growth stocks.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's better buy-in spots for growth or your smaller cap coming. That's what I think. I think your value plays obviously they're down from their highs. I mean, you look at obviously this is more of not the S&P, but I mean, your value stocks are at this point anyway, good buying point, but your growth is going to come down. It's got to come down just because of where the economy is now. I mean, there's no way the economy's gotten this much better. Obviously, these are more your small caps, but gotten 25% better in the last 2 weeks than it was 2 weeks ago.
That's just because people are speculating that Corona's gonna,
but that's the risky play. Like when you get into a speculative market.
Oh yeah.
That's where you're riding a fine line.
Yeah.
I'm currently in one growth stock. I'm in a mid cap value and a large cap value. So those are my 3 positions right now.
Just got 3, huh?
Just focusing on 3 positions right now.
I think I've got 15.
Oh, jeez.
15 different positions, but I mean, mainly it's heavy on like my 3 heavy stocks are Uber is my heaviest. Southwest Airlines is almost number 2, and then Boeing. So airlines pretty heavy in my portfolio, but I feel like they, obviously are getting hit harder than other stocks. I don't think they're going anywhere. That's my position. And then the rest, I have a couple value stocks in there. Like I picked up Procter & Gamble today, got Disney, Johnson & Johnson, just so it kind of levels out the playing field with the risk you've got.
Yeah, you can't lose with those.
That's really all the risk. The biggest risk, I think, is Southwest Airlines. I think this is the biggest risk. Maybe Southwest and Uber combined.
Yeah, I'm in Raytheon Technologies, which is, I mean, it's a defense stock. It's a large cap value. I'm in Xerox, which is a mid cap value. I'm in what's their name? I'm in InMode, which is a growth company. In my opinion, that's a growth company, and they're a medical devices company, and obviously they're elective surgeries. So I mean, their earnings are going to be trash. But I mean,
Yeah.
they were trading up at after their last earnings, they were up at like $59 for quite a bit. I mean, for not that long, and then they dropped back down to like 40 pretty quickly. But I still think I like medical devices more than biotech, so I like them as a speculative play. I also like Enphase, solar energy. If they get back around like 32, right now they're like 40. So that's a bit too expensive for me, especially since I was in them at 27 the first time.
Yeah.
And another one that I like is more like a mid-cap blend, Norton LifeLock, their value. They've been growing super fast the past like 6 months. I think that's also something to look at too.
I think we did talk about them the other day on the Nokia video. I think we touched on them, but yeah, I feel like this is going to be
my weird tech plays are
very interesting. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this week, I mean, we got a lot of earnings, whatever, but we've got a lot of earnings. Like we got a lot of airline earnings this week, so that's what I'm really focused on. We're pretty much going to see what's going to happen. I mean, there's not going to be. It's going to be bad, but how bad? We don't know. I'm sure it's going to be terrible, and the market's going to crush it. So
you don't think it was already factored in though?
I mean,
bad earnings.
Well, that's the thing. Like if they're bad, they're probably not going to move down too much.
I think banks proved that it already isn't being factored in because you saw banks decline like 5% based on their earnings too. So
True.
I still think there's some
dip like
it's not going to be like 15%, but there's going to be some emotional sellers that see earnings get scared and watch it go down 5%.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking 5% drops like it's nothing. I mean, like with the market we're in, obviously 5% is nothing, but
it is nothing at this point.
It is. I mean, normally it would be a big drop, but like right now,
I mean,
5%.
I can't even comment on nothing because I watched Penn National drop from $36 all the way down to $3.75, and then rebound in 5 days back up to $13. So I mean,
anything goes these days.
I mean, you can't really predict what's gonna happen, but they're at $14 now. Look at that.
What you said they were at $3?
They were at $3.75.
What? That's how far they dropped.
That one dreadful day. Look at it.
Oh man. Oh.
Oh, it's not even within a month anymore, is it? There it is. 375.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. And then they went up within like 4 days, they went up to like $13. It's like if you bought
they were in a massive bubble because right here when they announced that they're putting a stake into Barstool, so many just bros bought this thing up so hard.
Well, that was very
the thing was it was becoming a growth stock because it was the announcing of sports betting becoming creating a sports betting app that was going to be released in August, and there's currently no sports betting on that's traded. I think people are acquiring DraftKings now, and I think there's another fantasy company that's being acquired right now by some casinos to try to compete. So just by seeing that, I think that Penn is something that's like dangerous for them because of having that sports betting. So, I mean, 375, I was debating putting money in, but I saw that they had like 2 quarters worth of cash left. And I was like, I'd rather just not lose everything that I put into them. 4 days later, I saw them back up at 13. I was pretty disappointed in myself for not backing up the Brinks truck, but
yeah, these casino and gambling stocks are getting slammed. I mean, there's no money. There's no money.
Well, I mean, that's a company that relies on people sitting down and just handing them their money. So,
when
I mean, but those people are going to be back in the seats once quarantine's over for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I mean,
I'm a gambler at heart, and I'm already missing it. So
it wouldn't be a bad time to get into those, to be honest.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
It's just you just got to pick the right ones. I honestly think even though their book is terrible and absolutely disgusting, and they had to sell casinos to stay alive, I think Penn might be the best casino play just based on what they have.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. You got Wynn Resorts here. They got a $8 billion market cap. What's Penn got? Like a $2 market
Oh,
cap?
Penn's books are absolutely just atrocious. If you're a value investor, stay away because it's the nastiest looking books you've ever seen in your life. But if you're looking at them from a growth potential, seeing them at $13, I think once you get people back in the seats, you get sports back, you start seeing the increased revenues based off of sports gambling that they institute through their app. I think you're going to see a big difference. So from a growth perspective, which I mean, if you're buying a gambling stock, you're a gambler, right? So
yeah,
you go buy options on it at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a gambler.
I mean, their stock has been. I think I just saw when I saw it, it was at 60 at a couple points. Yeah, I mean, like
Nah, 39.
well, way back. Like look at that $60.
Oh dang.
Back,
Yeah, I didn't even see that then.
right before the
Have you gone on their website?
pop back down.
If you got on their website, you'd think that they haven't updated their website since they were back at $60 because of how terrible it looks. But I mean,
It's unreal. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, casino stocks. Once everything's over, you're gonna see a massive influx.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And especially with people getting all their stimulus checks, and people that are unemployed getting their unemployment.
People are gonna be
got to put that money somewhere.
Oh, also that comes to the next point of the potential more stimulus, more checks to come. I've seen so many videos just pumped out every day about an additional $2,000 a month.
Not gonna happen. No shot.
I don't think so either. But just there's so many videos. I see the same people posting the same video every day of just about $2,000 stimulus checks every month.
No shot.
Just the updates on it. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Everything's crazy.
States are already starting like the phase 1 of the opening. There's no way that.
If people start getting $2,000 a month, you might as well just look up for flying invisible cars and Harry Potter getting it like rescued from his house by Ron Weasley. Because at that point, I am not believing anything that happens in this world. If you're telling me that just because people are getting sick, I'm getting $2,000 a month, that's crazy. There's zero shot that'll ever happen.
We got 12. We got 1,200.
Okay, here's the thing. $1,200 is completely $1,200 in a one-time check is completely different than $2,000 a month for the entire duration of COVID.
Yeah, no.
That would be unreal.
Then you're talking about universal basis income, and that is a completely different political agenda that is not going to be discussed on this video.
I think we're at like 30 minutes. We can probably wrap it up now.
I think we're good. I think we covered everything that.
Thank God you stopped that. I was about to start rambling there.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we've covered everything that's happened in the last week and to come. So, each week feels like it's something completely new. So I wonder what's going to happen next week. What we'll be talking.
Our videos are going to be so boring when this thing is done. We're just like, yeah, watch this go up 0.1% over the last week.
Like, wow,
definitely like it. What are you doing with your money? I mean, still watching those same 10 stocks that I've been in.
No goodbyes, really.
I mean, Bernie's already out of the race, so we can't talk about a massive decline if he starts beating Trump in polling. So I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll better get the content out now.
Have to see what's going to happen. So,
yeah, something's for the week happening every day
until everything's gone. But yeah, I think we covered everything today. So, thanks for stopping by, guys. Feel free to watch the other videos if you want. If you got a few hours on the clock there. What else are you gonna do? Come on. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching.